Well, there's something we want to avoid. Nothing makes your layout look more toy-like than a train derailing like that. I was in my local hobby shop the other day, and honestly, I got a bit of sticker shock. N-scale freight cars were running anywhere from $20 to $30, some even $40 each. Needless to say, I wasn't buying any that day. That's why most of my rolling stock comes from eBay or other sources. I usually won't pay more than $10 per car, and often it's much less. Some of these cars are brand new, some are pre-owned, but never run, and others have clearly spent time on a layout. No matter where they come from, I follow the same 7 steps to make sure every car runs smoothly before it ever hits the layout. Hi everyone, I'm Fran from the 5-Minute Modeler, and this is my go-to process for prepping freight cars. First, the tools that I use are nothing fancy. Here's what I keep on hand. Once I take the car out of the packaging, the first thing I do is make sure the trucks and wheels turn freely. This is quick and easy. Most of the time they do, but occasionally a truck will catch on a side step or a detail part. If it doesn't roll freely now, it definitely won't later. Step 2 is where I check the wheel gauge, and this is a critical step. Even a slightly out of gauge wheel set can cause derailments, especially through turnouts. Most wheel sets have at least one wheel that can slide on the axle, and that means they can drift out of gauge. I use my NMRA gauge and check every axle. Just place each wheel set into the gauge and make sure it fits properly. If it doesn't, a gentle twist usually brings it right back into spec. While I'm inspecting the car, I'll also look for any missing or broken details like ladders, roof walks, or brake wheels. If something's missing, it's often still in the box. Step 3 is cleaning the wheels. Even on brand new cars, I'll clean the wheels. I lay a paper towel dampened with isopropyl alcohol across a piece of test track and then roll each wheel set over it with light pressure. You'd be surprised how much dirt shows up, especially on older cars. I keep going until the towel stops picking up grime. Clean wheels make a huge difference in smooth operation and electrical reliability. This one particular car is an old Atlas car. It's probably 50 years old. When I put it on the scale, it only weighed about 0.65 ounces. The NMRA recommendation is for a 40-foot box car is 0.95. After adding the appropriate amount of weight, the car weighed exactly 0.95 ounces. The NMRA has recommended weight standards for all major scales, and proper weight helps cars track better through curves, turnouts, and crossovers. Lighter cars like flats, gondolas, and hoppers tend to be the most troublesome if they're underweight. I'll put a link to the NMRA recommendations down in the description. If the car needs weight, I'll add it in the least noticeable place possible. Hoppers, gondolas, and flat cars take a little more creativity. You can hide weight under loads, but if you remove the loads during operations, you may need to add weight underneath the car instead. With the weight set, I'll do step number 5, which is my rolling test. I'll put the car on a track and give it a gentle push. It should roll freely and smoothly. If it doesn't, I check that all the wheel sets are properly seated in the trucks. If that's not the issue, I'll pull the wheel sets and I'll look for any gunk or flash inside the truck side frames or on the axles. I don't use any lubricants here. Clean parts almost always roll better, and oil just attracts dirt. And the plastic that the manufacturers use is designed for smooth running. Step 6. I check the coupler height using a Microtrains coupler gauge. The coupler should line up perfectly with the gauge coupler. If it's too high or too low, I'll correct it before the car goes any further. I'll also take a look at the trip pin to make sure it's not hanging too low where it might catch on a switch or a crossover. If you don't have a coupler gauge, you can use one of your best running cars as a reference and compare the heights that way. This also works with the Rapido style or Talgo style couplers in HO. My final check, step 7. Once everything checks out, the car goes back on the track on the layout for one last roll test. At this point, it should track smoothly and behave itself through switches and crossovers. Taking a few minutes to do this up front saves a lot of frustration later, and it makes even budget cars run just as well as the expensive ones. So if you've got your own freight car prep tricks, I'd love to hear them. Drop a comment below, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the 5 Minute Modeler.